Hello everyone, I am Walt and I am bringing you another one of these 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself videos. So here we are with part 44. Nope, that's wrong. Nope, actually that's right, part 44. Sometimes I just forget that number. Anyway, 44 parts in, 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself by Steve Chandler. So this part is an interesting one that we're talking about after we talking about relaxation last time. And this one is kind of one of those bigger principles that can really help you change a lot of your life. And this idea is that your entire life is today. Live your whole life today is kind of what I would say, I would describe this one as. And the idea he quotes at the end of like this principle that today is a microcosm of your entire life. That your entire life is really kind of you're going to live day to day. And so a lot of people think so much about the future. Oh, someday I'm going to do this. Someday I'm going to do this. Someday I'm going to do this. And then they don't really spend anything really doing that today because they think someday will be the big day. And he describes an example of a great college basketball coach, John Wooden, here at UCLA. It was one of the best basketball coaches of all time, according to at least Steve Chandler. I'm going to trust him on that one because I clearly do not know sports as well as he does. Anywho, his idea was that this basketball coach was so effective because what he would do is he would get the players to really focus on the practice sessions that day as being important, just as any championship or achievement would be. He would get them to be more in the present moment so they would do a better job that way. And this is a huge component to me, something that I have really picked up on more recently, even in the last just few months, more than ever before. That the present moment is such an important thing, and I'm not like the most enlightened person in the world, but I'm getting there, okay? And the idea is that really, when you focus on the present moment, when you can just pull yourself out of someday I have to do this, someday there's going to be this big thing, we kind of get ourselves to be more motivated because we're in the present moment. The present moment is where creativity lives. It's where loving emotions live. All loving emotions, all of these love emotions of the fear-love like dichotomy, all the loving emotions live in the present moment. All the fearful emotions are going to live in the past and the future. Primarily the future, okay? So while it's a good idea to plan for the future to at least some degree, to have good ideas about it, the most important thing is to spend most of your time living in the present moment. And this will give you more of that day-to-day mentality of seeing that you can make your masterpiece in like today. You can do great work and achieve great things all just today. And that overall, those are going to really drive you to your maximum achievement. When you're having fun in the present moment and doing stuff that's like really motivating work, then that is the kind of thing that life is really about. I would say that's a huge deal here. And that the more you live in the present moment, the happier you're going to be. So I would recommend that you live in the present moment about 95% of the time. Naturally, I think that human beings live in the present moment about 5% of the time or less on day-to-day life. Now, I'm somewhere a little bit higher on that. I would say I live in the present moment maybe 15-20% of the time, but still, there's a lot of room for me to improve and everybody really to work on this kind of thing. Because the more we live in the present moment, the happier we're going to be and the more we're going to achieve. That's about it for this video. Talk to me about this stuff, guys. I love talking about this kind of material. It just makes me so happy, and I find it just really fulfilling. And yeah, and of course I learn the principles better that way. So that's about it for part 44. I'll see you guys next time in part 45. So stay tuned. I'll see you then.